Hello there, my name is Jerry, and I just want to go over with you how I put a Wilwood adjustable bias valve in and combined it with a in-cockpit adjustment made by Goodwin Racing. So the background on this is that I wanted two-piece rotors to reduce weight and especially unsprung. I could get standard front size, but I had to upsize to the Sport to get the two-piece in the back. I wanted light brakes, so I put the Flying Miata little brake kit in the front, but the little brake kit for the rear, there was no way I could fit it underneath my rims and maintain my handbrake. I have 15-inch RPF ones, and things barely fit anyway. I did put the Sport rotors and calipers in the rear, and I had to do a little bit of adjusting to make things work. What I wanted out of this was that I wanted it easy for the driver to adjust, impossible for the passenger to touch, kids or people that would like to play with things. I did not want to cut the cable or shorten it, as you'd have to solder or braze the end to keep it from unraveling. I wanted gentle curves. I didn't want it to interfere with anything else I might be working with. Frequently we make modifications, and the next time we go to work on something else, we've got a wire in the way or whatever. And I really did not want to cut the brake lines. If you're willing to cut the brake lines, there's a lot of different options, but this worked really well with me with no cutting. I did have the dash out for this, and as mentioned, I used a combination of Goodwin Racing Wilwood brake bias adjuster extension cable. If you buy the proportioning valve from them at the same time, they'll remove the knob. I already had the Flying Miata brake proportioning valve kit, but wanted the cockpit adjustment, so I bought the rest from Goodwin. You can just buy the brake line union from Flying Miata if you want to go that way. I used heavy sheet metal to make that bracket. There's also a backing plate behind there to beef it up a touch. I pulled the cable out and I used a high temperature moly on it and stuffed it back in. You can see, trying to get there, you can see, still trying to get there. I can see it and the camera can't. There's where it comes through. It's better when you see it from the engine compartment. I wanted to make it in such a place that it would not interfere with the gas pedal or the throttle cable. So that's where it went through really nicely. Worked from both sides quite well. I have started with a minimum amount of rear bias. My plan is that as I go along, when I do an emergency stop, if the fronts lock up, I'll dial a couple of clicks towards the rear. Since I've installed this, I have not done an emergency stop. And while that may look like it might interfere with your legroom, it does not. There's a better look at where it goes through the engine compartment. It's the one that's got the shielded sheath piping. It's just below the heater hose, and I've got it coming around here, tied to the box just to keep it away from the exhaust, even though it's got that high temperature. It goes around the air box, so I can work on I can replace the filter, and then it goes over to the proportioning valve. A little unusual, the proportioning valve's in at an angle, not straight forward, not to the horizontal, and that allowed me to have the nice curves that I've got. When I do click it, it is dead easy. It works flawlessly. Anyway, hope that was of some value to you.